What's going on, you guys? It's Ron here with your $2,000 fourth stimulus check and recurring stimulus check update, plus the earliest timeline for the fourth stimulus package. We've got student loan debt cancellation and the possibility of a permanent $3,000 child tax credit. And we also have our how to make money tidbit today on index funds. So definitely stay tuned. But first, I want to say welcome back to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. And for those who are brand new to the channel, my name is Ron. We cover all things personal finance, investing, how to generate multiple streams of income, and of course, stimulus check updates and stimulus package updates. So if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell. That way you know as soon as I release new videos and new stimulus package updates. But let's go ahead and jump right into the meat of the content, the fourth stimulus check and the fourth stimulus package. And when exactly can we expect all of it? The fourth stimulus package, aka the Build Back Better plan, is still currently in the works, and the latest information is coming from our House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who just said that July 4th is the date that she would like to have an infrastructure bill approved. But of course, the deadline could slip a little bit later in the month. Now, according to a senior Democratic aide that asked to remain anonymous, this was discussed with Nancy Pelosi's fellow Democratic representatives on a recent conference call. We're not confirming anything yet, but I thought it would be good to provide you guys with at least a working timeline based on Nancy Pelosi's remarks and previous Congress timelines for the first and for the third stimulus packages. So July 4th through the 10th, like Pelosi said, this is the week the House of Representatives approves the stimulus package. July 11th through the 17th, the Senate works on it and approves their version of the bill. July 18th through the 24th, the House of Representatives reapproves the Senate version and President Biden signs it. Now, an important note here, guys, we're still working off of unofficial information, so, this timeline is definitely not confirmed yet. But rather, let's pretty much look at this as a starting point for daily updates, and we'll continue to work on this as new information becomes available. Sound good? Now, if all of the pieces of the puzzle fall into place with the fourth stimulus check, then here is the timeline for the fourth stimulus checks. So we would have July 25th through the 31st. That would be the first batch of direct deposits. August 1st through the 7th would be the first batch of paper checks. And of course, August 8th through the 14th would be the first batch of EIP or debit cards. Now, again, this is a working timeline. We'll definitely continue to update this with new information in my future videos. So I definitely recommend that you guys subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit that notification bell and select the option that says all. That way you can receive all of my future updates that are coming soon. Oh, and don't forget to like and share this video with your friends and loved ones so that they can also know about it. So where are we with this fourth stimulus check, right? Well, currently we're counting 77 lawmakers that are now on board with the fourth stimulus train. We've got 56 representatives as well as 21 senators. And the two groups of lawmakers wrote individual letters to President Biden and to Vice President Kamala Harris to include not just a one-time fourth stimulus check, but also recurring stimulus checks in the coming Build Back Better plan. And as their letters pointed out, this crisis is far from over and families deserve certainty that they can put food on the table and keep a roof over their heads. Families should not be at the mercy of constantly shifting legislative timelines and ad hoc solutions. So it looks like the numbers are definitely on our side here. And recent data has confirmed that over half of Americans needed the $1,400 stimulus checks to be able to pay basic expenses. So it's not like Americans were looking to make money off of the $1,400 stimulus checks. The majority of Americans actually needed the $1,400 stimulus checks to pay bills. Now, this is from a survey from fintech banking developer MX Technologies. And according to them, over half of the 1,000 respondents said that the $1,400 would not be enough to be able to cover monthly household living expenses. So contrary to what several politicians were saying last year, that many Americans were just, basically milking the system and trying to make money off of the $1,400 stimulus checks and make money off of the unemployment insurance as well, for that matter, this really wasn't the case for most. And in addition to that, more respondents say that their households would continue to struggle without the $1,400 stimulus check money that was coming in. Now, while 1 in 4 say that they would feel insecure about their financial situation, 10 to 13% say without additional help, they would have a difficult time paying for housing. 13.8% felt this way. Credit card bills sitting at 13%, or groceries sitting at 10%. Now, separately from a different source, the latest U.S. Census Bureau data collected March 17th to the 29th said that nearly 3 in 10 adults had trouble paying for household expenses in the last 7 days. This is very recent data here. And the exact same source also concluded that over 18 million adults are going hungry since they don't have enough to eat on a weekly basis. And they make a good point that Americans are still experiencing financial hardships because households are not earning the same amount as they were making before the pandemic started, in part because of the unemployment. You've got furloughs and you've got pay cuts. I just really hope that Congress is listening to all of this. And that's why I highly recommend that you go online, find your local representatives and your senator's phone number, and start giving those people a call. Let them hear from you. They'll definitely listen if enough of us speak up. Now, a usual question whenever the fourth stimulus check comes up is, where are they supposed to get the money? Now, you've already heard about President Biden's plans to raise the corporate taxes from 21% to 28%, and proposals from other lawmakers for a wealth tax for the top 1% of the country. Well, the latest news actually says that we may also possibly get some money from the Pentagon. Representative Jamila Jayapal recently retweeted saying, "We give the Pentagon $2 billion a day. We should not do that." That's $2 billion a day, guys. And to put this into context, the third stimulus checks overall cost $450 billion. That means a couple of months off the Pentagon's budget could more than cover that fourth stimulus check already. I mean, come on, Congress. Let's get this done. Now, some hopeful news to help out with all of this is President Biden's plans to withdraw all U.S. forces from Afghanistan by September 11th, 2021. Now, according to U.S. officials, President Biden will withdraw all American troops from Afghanistan by the 20th anniversary of 9/11. And to date, the war has cost trillions of dollars in addition to the lives of more than 2,000 U.S. service members. At least 100,000 Afghan civilians have also been injured or killed. And a Washington Post source said, Afghanistan just does not rise to the level of those other threats at this point. That does not mean that we're turning away from Afghanistan. We are going to remain committed to the government, remain committed diplomatically, but in terms of where we will be investing force posture, our blood and treasure, we believe that other priorities merit that investment. So I'm hoping that we can redirect some of that Pentagon money into the badly needed fourth stimulus check funds. But we still have more stimulus to talk about in just a little bit, namely the student loan debt cancellation and making the $3,000 child tax credit a permanent thing. And we also have our how to make money tidbit today on index funds. There's still a lot more coming your way, so definitely keep watching. Are aliens living among us? Is the earth really flat? Now, if you're the type to wonder about these curious science questions, then you should head over to our partner channel and meet the Matter fam. They're the latest YouTube channel on the most interesting science content presented in the most visually captivating videos. So definitely check them out in the link in the pinned comment down below. But for now, let's jump right back into the stimulus. So just this week, Senator Elizabeth Warren, she grilled CEOs of two student loan servicing giants at a Senate hearing at the student loan crisis. And this is part of the growing push for student loan debt cancellation. And I gotta say, it really looks like we're getting a little bit close to the tipping point on this one. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, he recently tweeted, "I'm proud to work side by side with Senator Elizabeth Warren for President Biden to hashtag cancel student debt by executive action. It's time to act now." And another tweet is from Representative Pramila Jayapal. She said, "Happy Sunday, a friendly reminder that at POTUS can and should cancel $50,000 of student loan debt." And according to all of these lawmakers, President Joe Biden only needs his own executive power and the flick of his pen to be able to cancel, get this, $50,000 in student loan debt per borrower. Please, somebody comment down below if you would love to see $50,000 of student loan debt just completely removed from your account. No more, constant phone calls about, your late student loan payments. Just imagine 50 grand, no longer needing to repay $50,000 in your student loan debt. I'd love to hear from you guys on this one. I mean, that's a life-changing amount of debt relief right there. I mean, you want to talk about stimulating the economy, knock out $50,000 in student loan debt for every person that has at least $50,000 in student loans. Wow. Now, right now, the Department of Education is currently conducting a review of the president's legal authority to forgive student loans. And according to White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, she said they haven't ruled out options, but that review is ongoing and there isn't a conclusion on it. And she also mentioned, I think that would naturally be the first step before it's a larger amount beyond there. But I'll definitely keep you guys posted on this one in future videos. Now, another form of stimulus is coming in the form of $3,000 child tax credits starting in July. Now, according to the IRS, families who qualify for the full $3,000 or $3,600, $3,600 child tax credit should see checks of $250 or $300 per child for 6 months. Families with higher incomes who qualify for the $2,000 credit would get monthly payments of $167 per child for 6 months. They're set to begin the payments in July and are preparing to launch a portal so you can update your income, your marital status, and the number of qualifying children on there. We can expect the portal by July 1st. Now, in bigger news, President Biden wants to make this a permanent thing. And they've also gotten the commitment of Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer and Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, who is Chuck Schumer's fellow New York Democrat. And in their words, they would actually push to enshrine the enhanced child tax credits as they move forward with other initiatives, including legislation to upgrade the U.S. infrastructure. So there's a lot going into this infrastructure plan, this Build Back Better plan. A lot of people are just calling it an infrastructure plan, but it's a lot more than just traditional roads, bridges, pipes, and broadband that a lot of people are discussing. But there's still a lot more stimulus news to look forward to in the coming updates. So definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. That way you know as soon as new videos are released. Cha-ching, it is now time for our How to Make Money tidbit today on index funds. And reading through some of your comments from last time, we got a comment from Bobby Fields. It says, thank you so much for your info on index funds. How do I get started? Do I locate an investment company or what? Marion Beck says, I'm wondering, was I supposed to look for the stocks at the lowest fees? You answered, where do you find the index funds? CD says, ooh, index funds. I'd like to hear more about that too. Thank you, Ron, for helping us to build back better for our future. Debbie Price says, REITs, building a perfect portfolio and index funds. I just want to say thank you guys so much for the comments. I really appreciate it. And, I'm really glad that you guys are just gravitating toward this conversation and toward this information that I'm sharing with you guys, because it really is life-changing. I'm just super glad that you guys are receiving this personal finance and how to make money tidbits so well. But yeah, index funds are one of the more certain ways to be able to make more money. Now, of course, in order to make money in the stock market, you do have to take on some risk. There's no way to completely eliminate risk. But index funds are one of the easiest ways to diversify your investment, to protect yourself and hedge yourself against risk. And they're also a great entry point for your stock market investing portfolio. But here's the story of Ben Lafort. He is the founder of the Making a Millionaire website and blog. His parents declared bankruptcy and lost their family home to foreclosure in 2010. From there, he spent the next 10 years educating himself about money. He earned both a bachelor's and a master's degree in finance and economics. Working hard on his financial goals, he became debt-free in 2015, and by 2016, he bought his first house with his wife. From there, he started investing, bought another house, and began building real wealth. Now, one of his interesting articles is named The Boring Way to Become a Millionaire. Kind of a funny title. And from there, he talks about how a lot of financial gurus promise get-rich-quick ideas and how it doesn't work for him. And I can so relate. And as you know, of course, I'm definitely an advocate for the more stable, long-term investments that we've been discussing here on our channel. And that's why I always talk about REITs and index funds. But I do want to be clear, I am a huge fan of individual stock investments. However, investing in individual stocks does require a little bit more homework and experience to be done. But for beginners entering into the stock market, I always recommend index funds just because they're the easiest to get familiar with. And Ben Lafort is the same. He advises taking advantage of your 401k. You deposit money into your account, and your employer will generally match that money that you deposit up to a certain limit, usually about 5% of your salary. So this is literally getting free money. And if you pass on this, it's kind of like passing on a 5% raise or whatever the amount that your employer is willing to match every single year. Like, why would you ever want to do that if you can afford to? And you also get to choose how to invest the money that's in your 401k plan. And can you guess where he invests his money? In low-cost index funds. And he points out all of the different benefits of index funds in the exact same blog. Since an index fund tracks an entire market index, it is well diversified by definition. Index funds are incredibly cheap. For example, you can buy the Vanguard S&P 500 index fund for 0.04% per year. That costs you $4 for every $10,000 that you have invested every single year. They make it easier for you to remain disciplined since they're so simple. And that's one of the reasons why I always recommend them, because it's a very easy, simple way to get started. But I'll definitely release a follow-up how-to video on index funds coming up soon. But first, I want to know, what are your questions about it? What do you need help understanding when it comes to index funds? I would love to hear from you guys. Also, how much do you know already about them? Let me know down in the comments so I can tailor fit the information to our community's needs. And I hope that you're seriously considering buying into one, or at least looking up your different investment options already. And you can also ask other questions about REITs, index funds, stock tips, saving money, or even building a business. Let's plan our content together so that way I can give you guys exactly what you guys are looking for. So anyway, guys, that is all for your $2,000 fourth stimulus check update and recurring stimulus check update, plus the latest or the earliest timeline for the fourth stimulus package. We covered the student loan debt cancellation, as well as the possibility of potentially a permanent $3,000 child tax credit. Many people are going to be expecting anywhere between $250 and $300 per month starting July 1st as a result of the child tax credit. And we also covered our how to make money tidbit today on index funds. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of this. And if you haven't already, definitely like this video. I put a lot of effort into each and every one of these videos. I want to provide you guys with as much value as possible so that I can help each and every one of you to achieve financial freedom. So definitely subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. That way you're the first to know as soon as I release new videos and content. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.